Living a millionaire's life of luxury is something most people only dream of. While the rest of us work hard for minimum wage, the 1% are living the good life. But it's not just adults who can do this. There are kids out there with more zeros in their bank accounts than candles on their last birthday cake, whether it's being born into a rich family or making it big on their own. These rich kids live a life to be jealous of, ready to meet them. World's Richest Kids. Rashed Belhasa. Rashed Belhasa, also known as Money Kicks, is a 19-year-old influencer who is very successful. He was born into a wealthy family, but he has worked hard to make his own money. Rashed started making videos in 2015 of himself showing off his collection of sneakers. Soon, celebrities started to appear in his videos. Rappers, musicians, and sports stars all visited him in his sneaker room. Today, Rashed has a very successful YouTube channel with over 3 million subscribers. In his other videos, he often shows what life is like when you have a lot of money. You can see that he has a lot of luxury cars, including Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Rolls-Royces. But that's not all. He also orders new custom-wrapped cars all the time to add to his collection. It's clear that life is good when you're worth $30 million. Ryan Kaji. Ryan Kaji inherited his rich parents' wealth when he was 3 years old. Ryan Kaji first expressed his love and enthusiasm for toys back in 2015, and his parents began recording and posting his reactions to toys onto YouTube. Ryan's channel quickly became popular and now has over 30 million subscribers and 49 billion views. This means Ryan makes a lot of money. It is estimated that he earns about $50,000 each day, which is about $18 million each year. This means that Ryan is worth around $60 million. Ryan's success on YouTube has allowed his parents to quit their full-time jobs and employ around 30 staff to handle production and promotion. But Ryan's money doesn't just come from YouTube. He also gets money from toy deals, TV shows, promotions, and even doing things on Nickelodeon. This pint-sized millionaire is getting more and more popular. Even though he might seem like he's living the high life with all his vacations in first class, he's actually pretty humble. Lil Pump. Lil Pump was one of the more popular artists on SoundCloud in early mumble rap. He got mainstream success at a young age, and he was well known for his homemade tracks and music videos on YouTube. At just 16 years old, D-Rose had over 200 million views. Later in the year, Lil Pump released Gucci Gang. It became one of the most loved and hated songs of all time. People loved it or hated it. Over 1 billion people have played it. But at the same time, it was the 47th most disliked video on YouTube. I just hit the billboard again, but before YouTube decided to remove its dislikes. He lives in a massive $4.6 million mansion where he's been making infamous videos of his extravagant lifestyle since he was 16 years old. He's frequently showing off jewelry worth over $500,000, including his diamond-encrusted chain of his own face, a medallion of his famous catchphrase which is actually in the dictionary, and a huge collection of other insane pieces of custom jewelry with an overall value reaching well into the millions of dollars. Lil Pump is not afraid to offend people. He regularly flashes his incredible wealth in music videos, interviews, and in Pump University, Lil Pump's essential education service. Jojo Siwa. Today, Jojo Siwa is one of the most well-known child stars. She became famous in 2013 when she appeared on the reality TV show Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. Unfortunately, she was eliminated from the competition in week 9. 2 years after Lifestyles of Dance Moms began airing, Jojo and her mother starred in 2 seasons of the show. Around this time, Jojo started her own YouTube channel. This gave people a look into her busy life as an entertainer. Her popularity quickly grew. Over time, her channel gained 12 million subscribers and over 12 billion views. She then branched out into music, releasing the double platinum single Boomerang in 2016 and 2 gold verified singles a year later. But it was Jojo's fashion empire that really saw her making a lot of money. Her partnership with the fashion and jewelry company Claire's saw her iconic hair bow being sold over 40 million times around the world. Last year, Jojo Siwa was able to buy a $3.5 million home in California with all her extra income. Now she is only 18 years old, and she has an estimated net worth of $20 million from her work in the entertainment industry. This money will continue to come in for many years to come. Benjamin Kicks. When he was a teenager, Benjamin Kapelusnik, also known as Benjamin Kicks, started buying sneakers and reselling them online. He did very well on growing sneaker resale markets. At age 15, his hobby turned into a career that was worth millions. DJ Khaled was introduced to the young entrepreneur and bought a few pairs of sneakers from him. This would start the beginning of a good relationship for Ben's business. The business would go up high, or as Ben would say it, Bowman, when he was only 16 years old. Ben had set up his first website and was making a six-figure salary almost immediately. Ben's social media shows his luxurious lifestyle, including a huge car collection and hanging out with celebrities. Lil Tay. 12-year-old Lil Tay, real name Claire Hope, nearly pulled off the biggest social media heist of all time in 2018. 9-year-old Lil Tay came onto YouTube with videos of her bragging about how rich she is. She showed us all her money, clothes, cars, and houses. It was like she was rubbing it in our faces that we are poor compared to her. I paid a lot of money for this bed, and I worked hard for it. But soon I realized that a lot of what was in the videos was just for show. Encouraged by her mother and older brother, she continued making videos. Lil Tay found a way to be successful on social media. She did this by figuring out a formula. Even though some people think she cheated, she was able to make a lot of money. But not everyone is the same. Some people are just good at pretending on TV, while others actually do things to back up their words. Steve will do it. Steve DeLon is a 23-year-old artist who became famous on Instagram a few years ago. He has also appeared on Comedy Central's Tosh.0. He became famous for being a part of the Nelk Boys, which is a group of controversial influencers. His main income stream comes from merchandise sales and various sponsorship deals. It was only after these lucrative endeavors that he began splashing out in big ways, buying his friends' Teslas, jewelry, and spending up big. He regularly hangs out with Tekashi 69, attending events via private jet and dropping six figures on bets like it's nothing. Steve owns 3 cars. A Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a Lamborghini Huracan, and a McLaren gifted to him by Tekashi 69 himself. Let's also not forget about his $2.4 million watch collection. Even though Steve has a lot of nice things, he is still generous. He gives expensive gifts to his friends, but he is also kind to people who are not as wealthy as him. He has given away a Range Rover and Corvette to his parents, and in other videos he can be seen gifting lots of cars and cash to the rest of his family, his personal team, and even random strangers that he would have met on the spot for many reasons. He isn't as famous as Mr. Beast, but he gives away expensive things just like him. Koraun Mayweather. When your dad is a boxing legend named Floyd Mayweather, your childhood is different than most kids. You get to have all the perks that come with being born into a rich family. For example, ask Koraun Mayweather, Floyd's eldest son and a singer-songwriter. Who is King Koraun and how did he become successful? He is a 22-year-old who has been able to bankroll several albums and promotion deals. He also has a large following on Instagram and YouTube because he posts pictures of his luxurious lifestyle. This includes pictures of him in clubs, driving Ferraris, and living in mansions. He also likes to post pictures of himself wearing expensive clothing, with thick chains and diamonds, and piles of cash. Floyd wants all of his kids to be able to take care of themselves. That's why it's good that Corona is doing well and taking care of his own future. Lil Mosey. Lil Mosey, whose real name is Lathan Moses Stanley Eccles, is a 19-year-old rapper from Seattle who was signed by Interscope Records in 2017. After his first single, Pull Up, went viral, he released 2 studio albums. The second peaked at number 12 on the US Billboard 200. Who was featured on the SpongeBob movie soundtrack, often includes videos of himself rapping. In these videos, he shows off his expensive cars, jewelry, and other possessions. Lil Mosey is estimated to be worth $3 million, and this number is still growing. Thank you for watching.